Good afternoon, people, and welcome back to another episode of Aston Dave. I'm Aston Dave, and today I'm doing my week's version of Opposition View, and today we're going to be talking about Arsenal. So, Arsenal, in my eyes, is going to be a tough game. They just won in the Europa Cup, or Europa League, but that's nevertheless only going to be a positive for us. So, hopefully this week we can actually teach a London side a lesson. I think the fact they won 3-0 in Europa, and it was only on Thursday, and now they've got to get ready for us on Sunday. So, kind of positive thinkings here. So, nevertheless, let's go straight into it. My first person to watch this week is going to be none other than Aubameyang. Aubameyang is a brilliant player. He is already near the I think he's pretty much joined top of the top scorers, I think, this year already with 7 goals. Along with Pukki, who I think is another brilliant striker as well. However, Aubameyang I've liked since Dortmund. Dortmund were a brilliant team with Aubameyang, and they're still brilliant without him, but still, now he's joined Arsenal. Him teaming up with Arsenal is a brilliant setup. He is a very tenacious attacker. He can get in from the wing and cut in, and also cause problems for any defence. So it seems as if it's going to be a busy afternoon for either Mingsy or Engels, but either way I think they're going to contain him. I think they're going to be on top form. I think they're going to make use of the fact that they've had the extra rest period, and we're buzzing from the fact we've had a clean sheet, and we're going to want to get 3 points out of this. So I think Aubameyang is my first one, which then leads me on to my second one. My second one is going to be Pepe. Pepe is such a bit of a mixed bag, really. A right winger. He joined from Lille for £74 million, so there's a lot riding on this guy. I mean, I've spoken to a lot of Arsenal fans, and some Arsenal fans are a bit with the guy so far, but then again, it's early in the season, he's still kind of adapting to the game, but still, nevertheless, he's a dangerous character. He is formidable on the wing. He can cut in, he can find a pass, he can tackle, he can run, he can shoot, and this is what we've got to stop him from doing. So whoever's going to be playing on the left, if it's Trez, he needs to be on his game. He needs to make sure he's kind of aware of where he is all the time. He's kind of prone for losing concentration and sort of losing the ball in very dangerous positions. But still, also as well, if we've got Neil Taylor playing left back, which we probably will do, I think he's going to have his hands full with not only just Aubameyang, but also with Pepe. So I think this is going to be a very interesting week. But still, this is why we do these opposition watches. Also as well, leads me on to my third player. My third player choice is going to be none other than Mesut Ozil. Mesut Ozil is one of these characters that if he is on his game, he's on his game, and you know it. He'll control the game middle of the park. He'll find a pass, he'll make a run, he'll cause gaps, he'll make room for the attackers. I've watched him since Schalke 04, and he is a brilliant player. When he went to Wolfsburg after that, and then he went to Real Madrid, then from Real Madrid to Arsenal. So, I mean, he joined Arsenal for £42.5 million from Real. In today's day and age, that's cheap for a top player like him. But I think you can see where his frustrations are. I don't think he's not getting a lot of game time under Unai Emery. I think that's causing a lot of his sort of frustrations, and I think as well you're starting to see the demise of Arsenal. So I think this is going to be our best opportunity to get something from the game. So my top 3 players are: number 1, Aubameyang; number 2, Pepe; number 3, Mesut Ozil. These 3 players can cause problems anywhere on the pitch. However, I'm going to chuck in a weird one. I'm going to chuck in weakest player for Arsenal. And I think the weakest player, which could be to our advantage, is David Luiz. Even though David Luiz went to Arsenal for £8 million from Chelsea, I think that he is possibly one of the weakest members of the defence. People might say Xhaka. I don't really care. But I think David Luiz, if you put enough pressure on the guy, he's going to crumble like a cookie, and I think he's going to cause problems for himself and our team of Arsenal rather than for us. So I think if we stick Weza on David Luiz, I think David Luiz is going to have no problem bringing him down in the box. And we all know what Wesley's like for a bit of theatrics. Like, oh, fuck, I'm on the floor. Why, bruv? Just get off. Just go for a run, do something, have a shot header. Oh, fuck, you're offside again. But still, he's going to cause problems. And I think this is the game we're going to see Wes hold the ball, hold the player, and make space. I think this could be the turning point for him. And I think I'm a bit harsh in my frustrations of Wes. I think because it's still early in his career at the Premier League, but still I think everybody's allowed to have that little bit of frustration. I think once he bangs in the screamer or gets a hat trick or shoots, I think I think my frustration may sort of calm down a wee bit. I think it might start going into the process of, can we get the ball to him? Because there's no way I'm having another Andy Carroll type player, and I don't want it to be at Villa. Anyway, this now leads me on to my villain to watch. This last week I went for John McGinn. This week I am going to go for Bjorn Engels. I think Bjorn Engels is going to cause a lot of problems for Arsenal in the air, and I think they're prone for a good little cross. They're prone for big players getting into him, and I think Engels is going to be a solid man in defence. I think him and Mingsi together are formidable, which I'm not going to make it one player, I'm going to make it two players. I'm going to say Mings and Engels are the villains to watch this week. I think we're going to have a lot to do with Aubameyang, Pepe, and just generally keeping Arsenal at bay. I'm going to go for a positive result this week. I went for a draw last week with West Ham. I went for 2-2, even though it ended up 0-0. But I'm going to go 2-1 Villa. That's right, 2-1 to the Villa. I think it's just going to be a week where I think we've developed a bit more. I think we played a hard team in former West Ham. A lot of people may disagree, but I think we're getting that pace. I think we're starting to find the way to move forward, and I think having Weza on David Luiz, I think is going to cause them problems at the back because he is their weakest player, I do believe, and also having Bjorn Engels and Mingsi together at the back is going to be a solid backdoor for a solid back brick wall. Sorry, bloody hell, give me words out one day for Arsenal to break through. So that's my prediction. They're my three to watch. I got two villains this week. I don't usually do that. I usually do one, but I'm going to go for two. But just a bit of history for you. The last time Arsenal played Aston Villa, we actually lost 4-0 to them at the Emirates. And that was a Giroud hat-trick and a Mark Bunn own goal. How Mark Bunn got an own goal, I can't remember. But still, hopefully we don't have the same result from last time. And hopefully we can win the game. I think I'm confident going into this game. My Arsenal friends at work are a bit like, no, we're going to beat you like 6-0. Well, obviously they don't know their team that well then. I think this is it. I think this could be the week. A nice big win against Arsenal. Perfect time for us to get it. Perfect time to get the Arsenal a couple of days after Europa. And I think everything's looking in our favour. Still, football's a funny game. Hopefully we get the rub of the green, but it's at Arsenal, so I'm not going to expect a lot. But still, 2-1. You got my three and my two villains. Bit of history for you. Tell me what you think the result's going to be. Who you think we need to watch out for? What three do we need to watch out? What villains do we need to watch out for? What are we doing going forward? Do we start with Trezeguet? Do we put Jota on? Do we go with Hourihane? Do we go with McGinn in the middle? Do we put McGinn on the wing? I've seen comments about who would we drop. Who would we drop to put in Hourihane? And I saw one person say Jota, but then again, a good response was, why would you put McGinn on the wing? It's a good question with an answer. So I don't personally think we should be putting McGinn on the wing. I personally think we should be keeping McGinn in the middle. I think he's formidable straight down the line. I think on the wings we are struggling. We haven't got a lot of power on the wings, but I think because Arsenal are going to be going wide with the wingers, maybe we need to sort of come in a bit narrower. Maybe we need to start putting more in towards McGinn, and maybe we should change tactic. Maybe we should go for Hourihane and McGinn in the middle, and maybe Jack Grealish just behind Wesley. Maybe we should do that, or we could go for Douglas Luiz. I think he's a cracking player. I think I've got a lot of faith in the guy. I'm a bit gutted he's got rid of his hair though. Kind of confused me when he's coming against West Ham. I was expecting to see like white everywhere, but no, it's kind of spoiled it for me. But still, what do you think? What do you guys think? What do you think we should be doing? I've seen some good comments on the AVFC 12th Man site, who I also do this for. Please comment, share this. If you know any Arsenal people, get them to watch this. I ask Arsenal fans to put your comments on as well. Do you agree with the three people that I've gone for? Do you disagree? Who do you think Villa should be watching out for? On that note, please, we are the 12th man, and hopefully we can get the 2 goals, maybe even 1 against, maybe hopefully none. But again, peace. I'll speak to you guys soon.